Hey everyone, it's your girl TheHiddenLovr, and this is another edition of Nighttime with a Goddess. So tonight's talk kind of inspired by two songs I was listening to today that kind of tie in together loosely. So the first one is called Grind and Sacrifice by G-Child, and the second one is Vampire by 2 Chainz. So the reasons I chose these two and how they tie together, I mean, Grind and Sacrifice, every time I hear that song, it comes on, it just makes me understand why I do what I do. The hard work, the sacrifice, the grinding, the hours, like sometimes when you're on this path and when you're doing different things and you working non-stop and the money's not coming in and you're in debt and you're tired, you're sleepy, you got bills, you got this, you got that, you start wondering what you're doing this for. You're wondering, am I reaching the people I'm supposed to reach? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? God, like, is this really my calling? Like, you said could follow you, God, but like, I'm getting weak right now. And it's like, in that moment that you feel you about to give up or you feel you about to break, all of a sudden something comes through that gives you that push, because he never lets you go. And it's like I have a phone call come in, an opportunity come in, or somebody will come up to me and be like, you know what, something you said inspired me, I needed to hear that. Or something you did, or I just been watching you hustle and it's made me do this, and it's just that spark. And the reason I said 2 Chainz Vampire, because in the chorus he's like, I'm like a vampire, I'm up all night with fangs on my teeth. That's what this life is like for y'all who don't know, who don't understand the life of podcasting, the life of being a poet. I'm a writer, I'm actually an actress, I do a lot of stuff, I don't sleep, and it's not because I don't want to. But I understand that you have to invest in yourself, and you have to put in hours when other people don't, because that's what makes the difference between people who win and people who become complacent. Everybody has their own level of success. I can't measure mine and nobody else's, but I know I haven't achieved mine. And for me achieve what I see, the visions that I've been given, to know where I'm going, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of dedication, and sometimes you have to go through that zombie stage, I call it. But by putting in all that work, by putting and laying the groundwork, over time it becomes easier. And you still do have to make sure you have time for yourself, because you will wear yourself out. You will get sick. I'm getting over getting sick right now, so I have slowed down over the last week or two, trying to recuperate and trying to, give myself some more self-care. So I always say that don't grind yourself to the point where you're forced to be sit down, because you can do too much. And ain't nothing worse than going to the hospital with dehydration or some of this exhaustion and all this, or either you just can't get out of bed because you're just too weak. So I always say, make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you have a regimen. Take personal days, where a friend of mine, he used to say, take 4 no days a month. That means on whatever days they are, absolutely no. No means you don't do nothing. Nothing. It's just your day. Make sure you always take that time. But back to kind of the crust of what I wanted to say. When you grinding, when you're sacrificing, when you hustling, do it smart. Have a plan. Understand that you can't do it all by yourself. And that's one of the major things I learned, because I'm so used to working by myself, because I want stuff done my way. I want it done now. And one of the things I'm learning is not only patience with working with other people, is to ask for help, so that I can now work smarter and be more efficient and get things done more quickly and right, over time. And you'll start realizing that gives you more time for yourself, that gives you more time for mental rest. Because one thing about it, when your mind is tired, it doesn't matter what you're doing, your decision making starts to go just like this. It's a downward slope, and you think you're in. And I notice the more tired you become, the more mentally fatigued you become, the better decisions you think you're making. Until you get some rest and realize, what was I doing? Y'all should have sat me down. Ain't nobody gonna say that, but usually they do. We just say ignoring them, you know. So I always say, invest in yourself, grind hard, hustle hard, always take time for yourself, but understand that this is a marathon. This is your journey in life. You're only gonna get out of it what you put into it. Put your all into everything you do. Find your passion, find where your passion meets your purpose, and put your all into it. That's my talk for today. Again, thank y'all for tuning in to Nighttime with a Goddess. It's your girl, The Hidden Lover. Y'all have a good night.